Have you wondered what is the true value of a university degree? That piece of paper you receive in the end is a testament to all the sacrifice and hard work you put in. It proves that you can commit yourself and complete a long-term task. That degree does not show whether you will be an excellent teacher, engineer, accountant, or a doctor. It shows that you are a person who refuses to give up. Saturn has the power to grant you something more valuable than a university degree. When he enters your moon sign, he wants you to change your mindset and increase productivity. Be prepared for his mind games. When Saturn enters your moon sign, this is also known as Janma Shani. By this time, you should already be going through a training, a degree program, building a house, getting married, or working on multiple projects. Skill-based occupations prosper during this transit. This is the time you acquire and get your skills formally recognized. You learn to adopt a winner mentality, not a whining mentality. Stop whining. Nobody said things are going to be easy. Well, nobody told me it was going to be easy. All sorts of problems find its way to you, be it at work, home, or even on a holiday. You plan to go on a break, and suddenly there will be an emergency. I tried to save fuel by riding a motorcycle to the train station. The bike got stolen. Then it was back to the car. More part-time work to sustain the fuel costs. Driving was tiring. So I listened to motivational songs while driving. Then one day, the car got broken into and the thief carted away my radio and CD player. I only had enough money to fix the broken window. After that, I just learned to drive the car without listening to music. Life had to go on. My determination became my music. But can I blame Saturn for whatever happened? I don't think so. Everything happened due to my carelessness. I left the motorcycle parked at a train station for a few days. The car was left parked in a dark area overnight. I paid a heavy price for taking risks. What I did was downright stupid. What could go wrong went wrong. That's the actual lesson from Saturn, that you do not take anything for granted. The first house transit is all about toughening up your mental strength. You will have the brain fog, that's for sure, because now you need to multitask. You will be given a few new tasks while you are still working on another. Then there's the lack of sleep. In all this chaos, you overlook certain things. Then you take risks. This is when Saturn hits you. There will be short-term failures. You learn to fall, wake up, and soldier on with determination. The feeling of being called to the boss's room, being told off for your silly mistakes, missing out on deadlines, including your bills, then having to pay those extra fines, lack of concentration while driving, running the red light, more fines. From the first house, Saturn also has his aspect on your 10th house. You will have to face situations where you get transferred to a busier department, or you will be given a new responsibility with no increase in salary or perks. Here, Saturn is training you. Learn to manage your time and maximize your efficiency. These life lessons will reward you when you eventually become the boss a few years later. Associate yourself with positive-minded people. Please keep your distance from those who spread negativity. There will be negative remarks directed at you. Learn to deal with the criticism. Don't let it sink you. Worse still, stop criticizing yourself. Rise above. The criticism can come from your workplace, your partner, as well as your siblings. Others will get away with shortcuts, but not you. You get caught. Saturn is waiting for you to make mistakes. Remember that. The aspect on your third house involves siblings, communications, short journeys, self-efforts, and things that you do with your hands. You will need to do a lot of tasks yourself. The lack of soft skills bog you down. You need to communicate much on your own. Gone are the days where others do the talking and bidding for you because you are so shy or timid. Now, nobody has the time for you, my friend. You do you. You will need to perform many tasks with your hands. Don't underestimate this. Writing reports, using your tools. If you're a mechanic, you'll be fixing cars non-stop. If you attend meetings, you will be appointed the secretary or asked to take down the minutes. Then you will need to compile the reports. Your boss will then find faults. Then there are corrections, resubmissions, and more reports. You go home and the routine starts again. Chop, 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 scrub, 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 wash, wash, wash. Change the blown bulbs, repainting works, gardening works. All this while your mind is active, thinking about all the ongoing issues. Chop, 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 then slice your finger. Ouch! More medical bills. During the Janma Shani, you will tend to develop headaches and shoulder pains and stiffness. Do you need to exercise? Of course, but you will lack the energy and the drive to exercise. You'd rather slump on the couch and watch your favorite TV show at the end of the day. I have been there, absolutely done that. It leads to other unhealthy habits. Thinking back of my Saturn return, I do have regrets on how I spent my free time. I should have exercised more. Should have gone out to get fresh air, meditate, reduce the overthinking. Now let's look at Saturn's seventh aspect from your moon sign. He looks at your house of partnership. The bond between you and your partner or partners will be put to test. This is the time you will see the true colors of each other. Saturn restricts and refines. If previously you had 3 business partners, you will end up with 2 or maybe just 1. For married couples, if life was previously a bed of roses, now it's time to reimagine life minus the roses. Reality hits hard. It's a perfect opportunity to see how the both of you work together to weather the storm. You should improve your communication with your partner. If things were going well before, then why now the small disagreements with your partner? Remember, Saturn is busy playing his mind games. You will be asked to pick up extra shifts or work long hours. Not only Saturn makes you work extra hard, you will need to go on frequent trips related to work. Now, your work environment isn't easy either, but you don't have much choice. You need to pay your bills and fines. The troubles at work leaves you really tired and grumpy at the end of the day. While you're at home, your partner is talking, but you're hardly listening. Then the fight starts. But there is a positive aspect to Saturn's gaze on your 7th house. The partner who's willing to accept you and rides the storm with you stays with you for a long time. This is true for couples as well as business partners. That's why it's so important to make peace with your partner well before the start of the Sade Shati. For some of you, you may have to part ways because Saturn is now showing the true colors of that person. He's asking you whether it's worth having this person next to you for the rest of your journey. Towards the end of 5 years of Sade Shati, Saturn will toughen you up overall. There will be situations where you will actually think of quitting. The mental pressure will be at its peak. You will turn into a pessimist. Your hard work doesn't get you due recognition. This demotivates you. But as I reminded you in part 1, use your intelligence. Be like a CEO or a politician. Do you quit just because customers are running a smear campaign against your organization? No. You devise a plan to silence your opponents. Do CEOs and senior politicians have a large circle of friends? Fake ones, maybe. Not the true ones. You learn to take your decisions, guided by your intelligence and experience. You learn to concentrate on your long-term goals. This is the power that Saturn gives you in the end. Saturn restricts and purifies. Remember? He slowly builds your concentration and grants you the ability to think long and think hard. You strategize. Because when he moves to your 2nd house next, those projects that you started will be now nearing its completion. Now that you have learned how to handle all the problems thrown at you, you forge ahead single-mindedly. No matter what comes, you will now achieve your goal.